Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand the Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra energy further. So, from the previous videos, we understood that Uttarabhadrapada is a matured Saturn. It's a Saturn with wisdom, and the deity is Ayurbudhya, with which actually means a mysterious snake hidden completely beneath the water. And when a planet actually placed in Uttarabhadrapada beneficially, that planet can actually remove the inertia that is present with this particular nakshatra energy, and the talent or the hidden energy comes out. And every Uttara Bhadrapada is unique, and it is one of the best nakshatras because this nakshatra can have that discipline, focus, concentration, meditational energies, and also yogic energies and astrological combinations. Means to learn occult sciences or to excel in occult sciences, this nakshatra energy is very useful, and it is a very balanced nakshatra. Generally it is very famous for fertility, especially associated with fifth house, and also the people generally associated with nakshatra, with this nakshatra, so the energy of that people can be compared with a very wise old man. So, this nakshatra takes some time to act, right? So, before acting, it takes some time. So, when a malefic planet is placed in this nakshatra, the person can have a very lazy tendency. So, when the nakshatra energy is very much good, then it can give wisdom to put things in their proper perspective. So wisdom is the main word you can always associate with this particular nakshatra when a beneficial planet is placed here. Beneficial in the sense with respect to your ascendant. So when afflicted, or when, let us say, the planet placed in this particular nakshatra is on the axis of Rahu Ketu, it can make one too conservative and too afraid to confront reality or face any kind of transformation. They may become very conservative. They don't accept any kind of change. They are afraid of change when it is afflicted, the energy is afflicted. So that is the biggest disadvantage of this nakshatra, because it is a slow, quiet, calm, and serene nakshatra, you can say. So when a beneficial planet is placed, it's going to give you a lot of good things in your life. But when it has some malefic energy, then it can make the person very conservative. He cannot accept any kind of change to the existing environment. So that is one of the disadvantages of this nakshatra. So this nakshatra is also called as a warrior. Why it is called as a warrior basically? Because its association with the energies of Shiva. Basically, a matured Saturn is equivalent to Shiva, right? And Uttara Bhadrapada is always a warrior, but not in any aggressive, cruel sense like Purva Bhadrapada is also a kind of warrior, but its energy is a kind of aggressive. To an extent, it is cruel as well. But Uttara Bhadrapada, against to that, it's not aggressive, it's not cruel, but it also has that warrior tendency. So they fight systematically with some approach, with some proper approach. You can watch the previous video so that you can clearly understand the real energy associated with Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra. So it is a kind of warrior. It can set its goals, and it also works to attain them, but very, very systematically. So they have that order, they have that clarity, right? Discipline, focus, and concentration. That's what this nakshatra gives. So it's actually present in the Jupiter's energy as well, right? So when our ancient rishis thought its qualities like acting in a very disciplined manner, and also slow and calm and quiet acting, right, on any kind of action item. So they try to make Saturn as the ruler of it. But if you see the whole picture, the control is under Jupiter, because it is in the heart of Pisces. So Jupiter gives this particular nakshatra the energy of wisdom also. And if you talk about the padas of this nakshatra, different padas of this nakshatra. So the first pada, it's a Saturn nakshatra, right? So as it is a Saturn nakshatra, the first pada always comes into Leo Navamsha, whether it is Pushyami or Anuradha or Uttarabhadrapada. All these three are Saturn nakshatras. So for Saturn nakshatras, the first pada falls under Leo Navamsha. Means whenever a planet is placed in Uttarabhadrapada 1 or Pushyami 1 or Anuradha 1 pada, first pada, then it actually goes to Leo sign in the Navamsha chakra. So the first quarter or the first pada actually ranges from 3 degree 20 minutes to 6 degree 40 minutes of Pisces. So any Saturn nakshatra first pada ranges from 3 degree 20 minutes to 6 degree 40 minutes of that particular watery sign. If it is Pushyami, the first pada is 320 to 640 of Cancer, and if it is Anuradha, then it is 320 to 640 of Scorpio, which is another watery sign, right? The first pada of Anuradha ranges there, and then you can see Uttarabhadrapada first pada 320 to 640 of the Pisces, another watery sign. So first pada, it's a Leo Navamsha, right? So you can see very, very interestingly, the first pada of a Saturn nakshatra in the Navamsha, it is going to its father Navamsha, that is Leo Navamsha, right? That is Leo's ruler is Sun. Sun is actually the father of Saturn. So, and is ruled, if you observe, this particular Leo Navamsha is ruled by his Sun, right? So there is a Sun's energy coming into the picture, the Sun, Jupiter and Saturn, right? Very, very beautiful combination. The Uttarabhadrapada first, right? The Leo Navamsha, so Sun is coming into the picture as it is in the Pisces, so it's Jupiter, and then its planetary ruler is Saturn. So the energies here are Saturn, Jupiter and of Sun. So it represents the active, illuminating, proud and achievement oriented side of this nakshatra. So it has that achievement orientedness, right? So just like the rising or setting sun on the if you observe the sun at the horizon of the ocean, right, the oceanic horizon, then you can understand, it's very, very active, illuminating, right? It's very proud, it's achievement oriented. So, and if you observe the oceanic horizon, then you can see in the morning the rising and in the evening the setting of the sun. So this nakshatra also has this much of spread, that kind of energy. The energy of Uttarabhadrapada first pada can be associated with the sun's setting and the sun's rise, right? So just imagine the experience So from morning to evening, the kind of experience, so such a spread it has, such a kind of achievement oriented, morning to evening. So when the energy is extending from morning to evening, just imagine it's working very very systematically, right? The sun works very very systematically. It does its duty uh, very very systematically. So it rises in the east, right? It sets in the west. So that's it. So the behavior is very very systematic. That's what I want to tell you. And there is an aspect of proudness here coming into the picture. And the second pada, 6 degree 42, 10 degree of Pisces, similar to any Saturn nakshatra. So it's in the Virgo Navamsha, because after Leo you can see Virgo. So Mercury is coming into the picture. The nakshatra itself is very balanced. Now again Mercury is coming, so it's going to be even more balanced. So as it is very very balanced, and the Mercury's logical thinking is coming into the picture here, a Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury, combination of these three is excellent basically for analytical, calculative and planning side of this nakshatra. So we discussed it is very very calculative, very calculative in the sense what step is to be taken after a specific step. Such kind of balance, such kind of systematicity is very much observed in the Uttarabhadrapada second pada, right? So the first pada is, of course, it's a kind of active because sun is coming there, right? So it's active, it's proud, it's achievement oriented because sun is basically, as it is in the Leo Navamsha. So the Leo Navamsha is actually achievement oriented thing, right? And so the wisdom, it can, this Uttarabhadrapada second pada is very very beautiful, that it has so much of analytical thinking, so much of calculative mind, so that even it can find wisdom in very very small things also. You can see the spiritual things, spiritual stories, like once Vivekananda actually saw a Scorpio, right? A Scorpio, and then he just touches it, right? And Scorpio doesn't know that it's Vivekananda. He's a very great spiritual personality. Doesn't know, right? So it just bites the hand of Vivekananda. Then the one of the disciples of Vivekananda says, "It's biting. Why are you not restricting it? Why are you not, why are you not throwing the Scorpio out from your hand? Why are you just observing the behavior of Scorpio?" Then Vivekananda says, "I am just observing the dharma it is following. The dharma, the Scorpio's dharma is at any point of time, its dharma is to bite, right? It's a fundamental thing that a Scorpio does. So it's doing it's following its dharma. So I'm just amusing by looking at the Scorpio. It seems to be a kind of a simple story, but just imagine Vivekananda is actually observing a very very small thing, a minutest thing, and he's taking one big one great thing out of it. The great thing is he's observing the dharma. He is very much amused by seeing a particular small creature is following its dharma. He is very very happy for that. you know so such kind of analysis, such kind of wisdom in small things can be observed in Uttara Bhadrapada second pada. So we will check Vivekananda's horoscope also, if there is any Uttara Bhadrapada energy there in his horoscope. I actually thought to check Jaggi Vasudev's horoscope also. We will try to discuss some of the horoscopes like Rabindranath Tagore horoscope, then Rajneesh Osho's horoscope, Vivekananda's horoscope, and then we will try to see the Jaggi Vasudev's, that is Sadhguru's horoscope as well, right? So, so wisdom, finding wisdom in small things, and calculativeness, analytical thinking, planning. So this kind of things are very much observed in Uttarabhadrapada second part. And planets here are more likely to stay in the background than reveal themselves. They first work in the background, so they do a lot of background work before attempting anything, right? So such kind of planning you can really observe in Uttara Bhadrapada. There is no hurry for them. They want to plan very, very systematically, and then only they try to implement it. And if you see the third pada of this particular nakshatra, 10 degree to 13 degree 20 minutes of Pisces, similar to any kind of Saturn nakshatra, it's falling in the Libra Navamsha, as it is the third pada of a Saturn nakshatra, is falling in the Libra Navamsha. It's ruled by Venus. So Venus qualities are coming into the picture here. Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. Look at the look at this particular combination. It's an excellent combination. Jupiter is a guru of it's a Deva Guru, and Venus is a Daitya Guru or Rakshasa Guru. And whereas the Saturn here, Uttara Bhadrapada Saturn, is completely different from other Saturns. It's a kind of wisdom oriented Saturn. So the wisdom thing is very, very excellent here. So it's as Venus is also coming into the picture, the kind of equilibrium, right? So it's a very, very excellent, you can say, because all are gurus only here. When you find an auditorium, when you find a room, a conference room with three guys and who are completely matured and who are having enough wisdom, just imagine how they speak, how they interact. So, such a kind of equilibrium, and these three people are not just the intelligent people, they are the wisdom oriented people, and they are very, very matured. They are actually old people, three old people with a lot of experiences, lot of wisdom, how they interact. So such kind of energy you can observe in Uttara Bhadrapada 3. So planets placed here seek wisdom. They seek wisdom, so through balance and through objectivity as well. Anything they try to observe wisdom here. Wisdom, seeking wisdom is the main motive of Uttara Bhadrapada third pada. So they might, however, this Uttara Bhadrapada third pada people, however, become too passive and may lack the energy to let their findings be known. That is the disadvantage. They are too much passive. It's something like too much of oldness is coming into the picture. So there is a kind of passiveness. There is a kind of, because you can see, right, the three people in the conference room are very, very old and wisdom oriented. So that is the whole point of this Uttara Bhadrapada 3. In one sentence, you can say, in a conference room, if you see three old men with a lot of wisdom, how the communication would go. They are very slow and systematic, at the same time passive, because when a person tries to say something, then the other person just tries to analyze. Even if they stop at a point of time, even if one person stops the other person at some point of time, to understand it better, then they try to analyze more and more, and there is a kind of passivity coming into the picture. And the discussion also, the kind of wisdom orientedness is also a kind of infinite longing, or they continuously try to think about that only. That's a kind of passiveness you can see, right? When three young people with a lot of intelligence, they talk, they just come to the conclusions, right, and they move on. But here the thing is, the old people, three old men with lot of wisdom, they try to. It's not like they want to draw some conclusions. They want wisdom there. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Right? So, and then, so they lack the energy to let their findings be known also, right? So that is the fundamental behavior of this particular nakshatra pada. And then the fourth pada, 30 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes of Pisces, right? So like any other Saturn nakshatra, if you see Pushyami fourth pada, that is also 13 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes of the watery sign Cancer. And then Anuradha is 13 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes of Scorpio, another watery sign. And then this particular Uttarabhadrapada nakshatra, which is a Saturn nakshatra, it's also 13 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes of Pisces. There's a fourth pada, right? So fourth pada of any Saturn nakshatra is in the watery sign, ranging from 13 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes. So it falls in Scorpio Navamsha. Any Saturn nakshatra's fourth pada in the Navamsha, it goes to Scorpio Navamsha. That means if any planet is placed in Uttarabhadrapada nakshatra, fourth pada in your Lagna chart, then if you try to draw a Navamsha chart, in the Navamsha chart, that particular planet will automatically, it actually goes to the Mars, the Martian energy, that's Scorpio, right? So here Mars is coming into the picture because of Scorpio. So as Mars, Saturn and Jupiter coming into the picture, this particular energy pumping mainly into, as Scorpio is coming into the picture. Scorpio is very, very famous for occult sciences. It is the natural eighth sign, natural eighth house in the Kala Chakra Kundali, right? Because Aries is the first sign, right? And Scorpio is the eighth sign. So eighth sign is very, very famous for occult sciences. It's very, very famous for astrology. It's very, very famous for hidden things. So all the wisdom here goes there. The occult sciences, the mysterious things, hidden aspects, all those, right? The research. So here the research aspect also comes into the picture because Scorpio is very famous for research and technology. And compared to technology, we should say research, right? So that is the Scorpio's behavior. So as Scorpio Navamsha is coming in the picture, so this pada can go to extreme depths of confusion or depths of wisdom. So they have lot of, so when Scorpio acts very, very thoroughly, then what happens, the person actually researches more. That is a behavior of Scorpio. They want to research more and more. They get confusion, and then again they try to delve deep into the topic, and then again they try to draw some conclusions, and they may not be satisfied with the conclusions, and they may get some more doubts with the conclusions, and then again they try to research on that, and finally they want to get a lot of clarity, right? If Scorpio functions very, very completely, that's the behavior. Scorpio actually acts at least to an extent, so the person can do research at least to some extent, something like 40 to 50%. If Scorpio acts completely, then the person goes for research, delve deep into the things 100%. And as Uttarabhadrapada is also coming into the picture, so the energy is something like, they are very, very, they go to depths of wisdom. And the simple word wisdom is not enough here. So whichever way it operates, it always has the ability to aggressively externalize its energy because of the presence of this Martian energy. So they go aggressively, delve deep into the subject, right? So everything is intense here because Scorpio is intensity. Scorpio means intensity. Scorpio doesn't satisfy with normal things. It wants more and more. That's the behavior of Scorpio. It wants more and more. The intensity is more when Scorpio Navamsha is coming, because there is a Mars also the Martian picture. So the Martian picture is something like they are very much aggressive also uh, to go deeper. So everything is intense. So things are usually likely to get to you know it to it may cross the boundaries also. It may go very deeper. So that is the behavior of this particular nakshatra. So the first pada as Saturn nakshatra. So first pada goes to the Leo Navamsha. As Leo is coming into the picture, it is basically adding some activity to this particular nakshatra energy. That activeness as Sun's Navamsha, it's a Leo Navamsha. So there is a proud thing, and Leo is also very much famous for material achievements, as the Magha energy is more in Leo, right? So that material achievements is very much observed here. It's illuminating also because of the sun's energy. So Uttarabhadrapada first is actually achievement oriented. It's a bit proud. It's active and illuminating as well. And the second pada, if you observe, the second pada as it is Virgo Navamsha, as Mercury come into the picture. So the analytical capabilities, the calculative capabilities, and the planning side is very good here. And the third pada is actually the Libra Navamsha. So Venus is coming into the picture. So the wisdom is excellent here. The excellence of wisdom is always observed. Three old people sitting and talking in a room with a lot of wisdom. So they are very much wisdom oriented. They seek wisdom, but at the same time, as the oldness is more here, old energy, so there is a kind of passivity always involved here. And the fourth pada is actually going to the Scorpio Navamsha. So it's hidden. Scorpio is research oriented, astrology oriented, occult sciences oriented. So it goes to such kind of abilities. Scorpio is also engineering because it's the 8th house. So in the present day, it's going to give you a very research oriented mind. The Uttarabhadrapada fourth pada, right? It's a very good thing. Uttarabhadrapada fourth pada, they can invent something great, because every Uttarabhadrapada is unique, and Uttarabhadrapada fourth is actually going into the a sign of research, which is Scorpio. They try to invent something as well. So every nakshatra, this Uttarabhadrapada pada is really nice to look at. Only thing is the passivity, the laziness, the conservativeness. These are the things you can really observe, the negative things, if you want to observe at all the negative things, right? So this is the energy of Uttarabhadrapada. Then we will try to understand something more about this particular nakshatra in our upcoming video. So basically, the wisdom is the main word you can always use with Uttarabhadrapada, right? So thanks for watching this video.